Hi everyone, thanks once again for tuning in to Smash Factor TV. Today we're having a look at part 2 of our series about how to help you get the golf ball up into the air, much better trajectory, so that you're striking nice and consistently every time that you play. Let's go and have a look at some more game-changing golf coaching. Hi everyone, thanks once again for tuning in to Smash Factor TV. My name's Natalie Adams. So today we're having a look at part 2 of our series on how to get the golf ball struck into the air. For those of you who are struggling with topping the ball and just really not getting a good connection and getting a good trajectory off the club face. And remember, if you're enjoying the video coaching, please subscribe to the channel and hit notifications so that you're alerted every time we release a new video. We release 2 new videos every week. They're all geared up to help you play better golf when you're out on that golf course. Now, we talked about a few things in part 1, mainly to do with posture and maintaining your head height so that you're not dipping into the ball as you're trying to hit it. There's no standing up from your spine and then having to drop back down, because that's really going to affect things for you. First thing I want to talk to you about in part 2 here, I want you to check your grip pressure, because grip pressure is quite overlooked when it comes to miss-striking golf balls. Now, if you take your usual grip up and then squeeze as tightly as you can, and that, if we call that a 10 for squeezing as tightly as you can, you want to half that and be a 5. And then just take a touch more pressure out and be a 4. And ideally, a 4 out of 10 is how you want to be holding that club when you go to strike your golf ball. We want to be holding the club and not squeezing it tight. Now, the main reason for that is that when you're starting to squeeze the golf club tight and you're starting to make more of a fist, a tight fist with your hands, the muscles in your forearms are starting to work, and when they work, they contract and shorten. So even though you've started with the club head touching the ground, as soon as you squeeze tight and your muscles shorten, effectively the club head is coming up off that floor and you're making it a little bit more difficult to get a good connection. So please double check your grip pressure before you strike the golf ball. Remember, squeeze as tight as you can. That's a 10, and then we want to be at a 4 out of 10. If you're a 5 out of 10, that'll be fine, but you don't want to be up at a 7 or an 8 with the pressure that you're holding at. Okay, the other thing I want to talk to you about in this video on getting this golf ball airborne and getting a good trajectory, again, is about head position. And we talked in the first part about maintaining your head height, as in terms of not going back and lifting the spine angle up and then needing to drop back down, because that is altering the height of your swing. What we're going to talk about here is that you're maintaining that head height possibly, but you're now moving your head too much to the right or too much to the left. Now, in right-handed golfers, I don't really see too many golfers moving their head too much to the left, but it is something to be aware of. I think the major issue for right-handed golfers when they're trying to get the ball up into the air is that they will swing the club back on the backswing, and then on the downswing, they'll work more like this. So they're trying to lean back to help that golf ball go up into the air. And what's going to happen there, you're either going to dig the club into the ground before you get to the golf ball, hit the ground, and there will just be no energy going, or very little energy going into that golf ball, because the majority of the energy is hit into the ground. So that golf ball is just going to trundle forward a little bit, but not get into the air. Or again, in this movement here, when the upper body is pulling to the right of the golf ball, you'll skim the ground here. The low point for your swing arc is before you've got to that golf ball, and then the club head is on the upswing as you go through the strike. So again, it's encouraging you to hit the top of that golf ball. So what we want to work on here is having a better upper body position. One thing you could work on here is that when you've set your when you've gone into setup here, that you set your head just feeling to the left edge of the ball, and also look for your shirt buttons so that your sternum, or the buttons on your t-shirt, your polo shirt, again, just keep them on the left edge of that golf ball. And it's not only as you start the swing, so we don't just want to keep them in position there as you rotate round, but we want to make sure that they maintain that position, and that your shirt buttons again are just to the left of that golf ball as you swing through impact, rather than the shirt buttons moving this way. Now that will happen as well if you're not quite shifting the pressure out of your trail foot, so out of your right foot, and it's not moving quickly enough into your left foot, or again, it's moving into your left foot but then coming back into your right foot. So what we need to happen here is when you swing to the top, maintaining that position with the shirt buttons, so you haven't really moved over to the right, pressure's gone into the right foot, and now we need to pressure back into the left foot. So we want to work on moving the kneecaps around towards the target, pushing off your right foot so the pressure starts going into your left, and then you won't end up hanging back and in this sort of position here where you've now got shirt buttons on the right of the ball, a lot of pressure still in the right foot, and then we've got that low point issue with the swing. So a couple of things we can do here as drills to give you feedback on that. First one, if you do find that you're pulling back, what I would do is if you set up with your feet like together and opposite the ball, and then just put your right foot back behind you so you're up on your toe, so you've got all the pressure in your left foot. And you can actually do this hitting balls. I'll just show you on a practice swing here. We're going to swing back, and if you are someone that moves to the right here, you'll get the feedback because you'll have to put your right foot down to support the right side of your body, because if your centre of gravity starts going too much that way, you're going to wobble over. So it'll give you the feedback. And similarly, you might find that you're able to swing the club back and maintain your balance, but then as you swing in, you're used to doing this. Pressure's moving the wrong way, shirt buttons are moving to the right of the ball rather than rotating round and at the target. So again, you'll have to take a step. So that's a really good drill to do, and you can hit balls. I'd suggest hit 5 on that drill and then swing and hit a golf ball, trying to maintain the feeling when you've gone back to your usual feet position, and then just keep repeating. So hit 5 on the drill again, and then 1 or 2 just with normal feet, but trying to replicate that feeling. It will also help if you use a mirror. So if you look at where your head position is when you start, you make your backswing, maintain that head position as you swing back, and then as you swing through, again, maintaining that head position. You could use the reflection of a window or patio doors, anything like that will help you to see if you're moving your head about. And also, if we took an alignment pole, if you set up ready to hit that golf ball, and then just pop that alignment pole on the inside of your right foot there. What we want to work on here, and again I'll just make a practice swing initially here, is that as you swing back, we're going to then work on swinging down. We want to interact with the ground, so club head touching the ground, but on this side of that alignment pole. If you end up leaning back a little bit, you're going to click that alignment pole and you'll get the feedback as you're swinging through. So this is quite good for full pace and when feet are in a standard position. It'll give you a lot of feedback. On part 1 we talked about doing a T-peg drill, which was just this side of the ball, so you can mix this in with that, but it will really help you to start to get control of pressure going this way in the feet and of that head position. So let's just see if we can Do that here, strike the ball, get a good strike, get the ball airborne, and we should notice that we don't hit that red pole. Okay, so quite happy with that flight, nice and straight. Ball's gone up in the air because we've got the club and the underneath of the club, the sole coming down, connecting with the ground, so a little bit of interaction with the ground, and then the loft is forcing the ball to spin upwards, and we get the feedback that we didn't connect with the ground before the ball because we haven't clipped the pole. As you're feeling more confident with that, you can just nudge that pole slightly closer to the ball, but it works. Good feedback for you to start with. You could do that with a towel off your bag as well. Just pop it opposite your right foot. But those two drills will really help you maintain head height this way on, so we're not seeing the head going to the right and then staying there, or that you're not holding your head position and then as you're swinging back in, leaning back this way. And you can mix that in with that other drill that I just mentioned where you split the feet and just go up on the right toe, and that'll help you learn to turn your body on the spot a lot more, and it'll give you the feedback if you do get the pressure going into your right foot or you're moving your head to the right too much on that downswing. You'll have to take a step because you've got no support under your right side. Try those the next time you're out on the range. Please leave me a comment below, and remember, if you're enjoying the video coaching, please subscribe to the channel and hit notifications so that you're alerted every time we release a new video. We release 2 new videos every week. They're all geared up to help you play better golf when you're out on that golf course. Some more game-changing golf coaching tips.